Hey everyone, MTash here, and that's MTash from a couple days ago. Now, I wanted to talk about getting back into Destiny and getting rid of some of the rust, because your boy is rusty. Or at least I was, but I'm feeling a lot better, and I want to talk about how to get back into a shooter game like Destiny, because you have to remember, it isn't just your aim that might get rusty. Even your knowledge of the game and how things interact in the game change a lot. Weapons have been nerfed, abilities have been nerfed, right? If you look at the Behemoth Titan, the movement is much different now than if you played right at the beginning of Beyond Light. Shatter Dive and other Beyond Light abilities that came into the game with Stasis, they don't function quite the same as they used to. And so there's a lot of things that you gotta get used to in the game, but aiming is one of them, and I want to talk about that today because I've got a great fix for you. I played a lot of trials with ZK, Frostbolt, and I got slammed and jammed. But after just a short little while, my aim did start coming back. Let's jump ahead to one of those games, and you can start seeing the aim turn around. So if you're jumping into Destiny, you might not want to jump into Rumble right away because you're going to be like me and you're going to get a little salty when you lose your gunfights, right? Shooting a PvP player is much harder than a Drag and a Vex, and obviously you got to get warmed up. Go do some strikes. Just get used to the movement, get used to your aiming so that you're not tilting right when you get back into Destiny, because I did. I jumped into Destiny, I'm like, oh, my aim's not where it used to be. I'm mad. I seriously, I tilted right away, and that's just going to make you play worse. I've done entire videos on tilt and why it's bad for your brain, right? Now, the thing is after you're feeling warmed up and you get into the gameplay, you have to realize you have a lot of catching up to do. And there's going to be some guns that you're not used to. Dead Man's Tail. I don't know what that gun does, but it hip fires me across the map. It makes me rage, right? There's things you're going to have to learn and get used to because you're not going to understand what every single gun and ability does in this game after such a long break, right? But it's going to start to click. It's going to start to flow, right? You're going to start to feel good. You're going to feel like yourself again. But I've got one tip that's going to change everything. You're going to get to this point where you're feeling confident. You're going to get to this point where you feel like you're in control much, much faster. And that is aim training. Now, I did an entire video on using an aim trainer because I used it every day for like 15 minutes for 2 months, and it drastically improved my aim in the past. Now, is there a bunch of aim assist in Destiny? Yeah, there is. Maybe this isn't the best game to talk about aim trainers and the impact on your aim, but it absolutely 100% made me a better player than it was. It's just mechanics. You need to move your arm and your wrist to aim properly, and by doing a lot of the drills in things like aim labs and Kovaaks, you will improve much, much faster. Programs like this have different challenges that you can do to work on flicking your wrist, flicking your arm across the mouse pad, right? Trying to do the big sweeps, little corrections. And by doing drills like this, while it might seem a little random, it does help your brain get rewired for using a mouse and keyboard. Now, if you're on the thumbsticks, it's a little bit different, and honestly, thankfully, there's a ton of aim assist on controllers, and it'll help you even easier just get back on pace. But if you're on mouse and keyboard and you're returning to Destiny, using an aim trainer like this, look at these tiny little targets, it's very good. It's going to make your wrist burn, but it's going to get you back into aiming properly. Because if you're using the proper DPI settings or sensitivity settings in these aim trainers, it translates one-to-one to Destiny, essentially. You can make it almost identical. It's going to feel the same. And so I would recommend checking some of these out. Kovaaks, I believe, is a paid thing, but Aim Labs, I'm pretty sure, is free. There are free ones out there. Try one of these things out, and it will change your life forever. Now, I've been doing the aim trainer. I've been just playing here and there, and I'm starting to feel much more comfortable in-game. I did some raids with Cactus HD. I got some terrible loot, but then I jumped into a Rumble game right after, and I want to show you one of these snipes. I'll let it play out for a little bit here, but this is my first time playing PvP for the day. It's like my 3rd day in a row that I've played, and I haven't played in like months, right? I'm gonna be super, super rusty. but I'm already starting to feel like the player I was. And that's because in between some of my games, while I'm waiting for other players to be in the lobbies, I am doing the aim trainer. I'm playing and going to the aim trainer in between. I'm playing just like quick little mini games to work on my aims so I have a lot of uptime, right? I'm playing the game, I'm aiming. Look at that snipe. Go back to that. Go back to that. Call it aim assist, call it whatever you want, but this is a juicy little snipe. Woo! We got a flick! I think that with just playing the game and getting back into it, and with any sort of extra effort with aim trainers, not only will you get back into the game and feel confident again, you might become a better player than you were. You have to imagine, like, in a PvP game, there's a lot of time where you're just running around or you're dead, and you're not practicing your aim. And it's one of the reasons why in Battle Royale games, I say to people, if you want to get better, you need to run butt naked towards people and fight. Because 3/4 of a Battle Royale game, you're not actually shooting and strafing and dueling and trying to outthink people. You never get better playing a BR game because you're never actually fighting anyone. And so, another juicy snipe. Like, we're starting to get back to it. The more repetitions you can go through, the more aiming that you can do, and these drills you can do, the faster you're going to improve and get back to the player you were. And that's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe for more because I am back covering Destiny with a vengeance. And I hope to see you there for the next one. Bye-bye.